And challenging eyes to treat for sure. Next we have Alvia Wallerstein. Posterior corneal astigmatism does not influence manifest treated topography-guided LASIK outcomes. Whew. I barely got it by the time you got it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the invitation, Brad. Last time I was kicked off a little early, so I hope to get an extra 30 seconds.
Everybody has long memories on these things.
Right? Right. All right. Great. Good stuff. That's not working? There we go.
All right.
I have to press it a little harder. We have no financial disclosures. We know that PCA is clinically meaningful, but the impact of PCA with manifest-treated topography-guided LASIK has been unknown. We examined the role of PCA on refractive and visual LASIK outcomes in myopic astigmatism eyes using the Alcon Contoura platform. 4,400 pentacam eyes were imaged with no preselection of corneas nor exclusion of naturally occurring irregular astigmatism. The first tercile with the lowest PCA magnitude, a mean of 0.18, was compared to the last tercile with the highest PCA magnitude, a mean of 0.5 diopters. Now, what we found, a similar percentage of eyes in the low and high PCA groups had a spherical equivalent within the targets with identical predictability. Significantly more eyes in the high PCA group had residual astigmatism of 0.75 diopters or greater versus the low PCA group. However, we found the prevalence of pre-op refractive astigmatism of greater than 2 diopters 5 times higher in the high PCA group. Eyes with higher pre-op refractive CIL end up with greater CIL after surgery. This explains the higher rate of residual CIL post-op in the high PCA group. The index of success, a relative measure of success, was identical between groups, confirming that the higher amount of post-op refractive astigmatism in the high PCA group was due to the higher pre-op CIL and not due to treatment target inaccuracy. Vector plots show similar accuracy and indices. The correction index and the angle of error were similar between groups. We found identical efficacy and UDVA within one line of CDVA between low and high. The safety index was identical. The laser retreatment rate was identical. So in summary, PCA is meaningful, with more than 20% of eyes having greater than a half a diopter, and treating on the manifest refractive astigmatism as input gives excellent results regardless of the amount of pre-op PCA. We published these results, but would the same conclusion be reached targeting the topography-measured anterior corneal astigmatism? And the answer there is no. The manifest refraction incorporates the entire ocular and cortical contribution of astigmatism, including PCA, and it gives better results. Treating on the topo-measured ACA leads to inferior refractive astigmatism accuracy. Our large prospective study confirmed better accuracy with RA-based treatments. Why did some surgeons move away from treating on the refractive astigmatism? They noticed the discrepancy between the RA, refractive astigmatism, and topo-measured anterior corneal astigmatism. This difference is termed ocular residual astigmatism, and aura consists of all other internal astigmatism sources, mainly PCA, lenticular, and cortical perception. So do you target the RA or the ACA? The thinking was that treating corneal HOAs and the RA together ends up in treatment inaccuracies. That is, if you believe some of the refractive astigmatism is induced by the HOAs. There is no evidence for that in virgin eyes. We invalidated the claim that anterior corneal HOAs impact the RA with data from 37,000 eyes. Pre-op anterior corneal HOAs do not predictably influence the pre-op cylinder. Virgin eyes are different from keratoconus and traumatically induced highly aberrated corneas. What is the main cause of this RA to ACA discrepancy? Well, it's PCA. Our current study demonstrates that PCA is a significant component of aura. Like PCA, aura is against the rule in nearly identical proportion of eyes as aura, and there was also a significant relationship between PCA and aura magnitude. Like PCA, here PCA is showing identical distribution. So treating ACA ignores PCA, and as with lens surgery, PCA cannot be ignored. 4City's planning software improves the ACA treatment as it now considers the PEA, but the user has to measure it individually and import the data. The software claims to calculate the impact of HOAs on RA, yet there is no relationship or predictability between these two invergent eyes. So what have we learned after 180,000 Contoura eyes? Using the RA allows you to bypass measuring each individual component of astigmatism. Excellent efficacy, accuracy, and safety are achieved in eyes with deep HOA ablation profiles, large differences between RA and ACA, high aura, high astigmatism, and high PCA. There are no efficacy or safety reasons to exclude these eyes, nor is there reason to measure PCA when using the RA as the target. There is also no clinical-based evidence to move away from treating RA in primary topo-guided eyes. Accurate pre-op manifest refractions and the use of calibrated and continually improved nomograms are what are most critical to obtaining good outcomes with any laser vision correction procedure. Thank you.
Thank you very much.